On behalf of InSports and Afflusion and Izzy, thank you guys for coming today. We hope you guys had a blast. So this session here is all about learning about being the best you, okay? And so we're gonna talk about 3 different areas of becoming the best version of yourself, and then Izzy is gonna share some examples of how she's done that. So first of all, what do you guys think it means to be the best you, to be the best version of yourself? Raise your hands. Who wants to share an example? Right over here in the pink. What do you think? Be yourself. I love that. Absolutely. Who else? Being the best version of you, what does that mean? Yes, right here in the back.
Try your best.
Try your best. Absolutely. Right here in the purple. Be kind. Absolutely. Right here in the black. Be kind to yourself. And green. Never give up. Absolutely, you guys. There's a ton of ways to be the best version of yourself. And today we're going to focus on 3. Number 1, goal setting. Say goal setting.
Goal setting.
Say goal setting.
Goal setting.
Goal setting is one prime example of how you can be the best version of yourself. Does somebody want to share maybe what that means? What is a goal maybe that you've thought that you've set for yourself? Raise your hand if you have an idea. Right here in the black. Yeah, trying to get better. And the way you can set your goals is you want them to be smart. Say smart. Smart. Say smart. Smart. Do you guys know what that means? Creating a goal. So smart. You want it to be specific. What do you want that to be, right? You want it to be measurable. You want it to be obtainable, right? You want it to be relevant and timely, okay? So what I mean by that is you don't want to just say, I want to serve. That sounds good, right? Maybe an example is, I'm going to wake up every day, I'm going to do 10 serves, and I'm going to serve it to zone 5, okay? And I'm going to do that every day for 30 days. So you want anytime you set a goal, you want it to be smart. Say smart. Smart. All right, so Izzy is going to share a great example of how she has used goals to be where she's at today.
So one of my goals when I was in, I would say about middle school, was I wanted to play college volleyball. I didn't care Division 1, 2, 3, where it was at. I wanted to play volleyball and I wanted to keep playing as long as I could. And early on, it looked like I was gonna go to a little bit smaller, maybe closer to home. And I started working super hard when I realized that I wanted to raise that goal a little bit more. I wanted to go play Division 1. And then I raised that goal a little bit more and I was like, I want to play in the Big Ten. I want to win a national championship. I want to be on a team that wins the conference. And I kept raising that goal every time I met it. So I had something else to strive for. And then a smaller goal that I set was my college coach when I was in high school actually told me to focus on my serve. Because a lot of people just kind of serve to serve when they're at practice, but be really intentional every single time that I'm working on my serve, every single time I'm at practice, to really be intentional about making my serve better. And so that was one of my goals going into college, that I wanted to have the best serve that I could. I wanted to be really intentional and not just put that to the side like some other players do. And when I got to college, that was the only reason I played, because I had a really good serve going in and that got me on the court. So that goal alone led to bigger ones, but it was something that I focused on individually every single day, every single practice, and that was my mindset.
And that's awesome. And do you hear, Izzy, that's amazing. She talked about taking steps, right? A goal, you can't just reach it tomorrow, right? In every step, there's little increments of steps that you need to take to reach that goal. And you can reach it, they can be a stretch goal, they can be as high as you want, or they can be as small as you want, but be really intentional. Izzy said the word intentional. Do you guys know what that means? It's staying hyper-focused on exactly, specifically what you want to do. And I think Izzy's pretty humble. She is an amazing server. She holds the record of ace serves for Wisconsin, so round of applause for that. Awesome. Okay, you guys, so we talked high level about goal setting. So what I want you to do is think about a goal that you want to set for yourself, okay? And after today, everyone is going to get this sheet, okay? You're going to go home with it. I want you to think about a goal you want to set. You're going to write it on the back and you're going to hang it in your room or wherever you sleep, okay? And I want you to think about that and strive for that, okay? All right, number 2, self-confidence. Does anybody know what that means? Raise your hand if you know what that means. Right here. Believe in yourself, not kind of, you do, right? All right, anybody else who wants to share? What does self-confidence mean? Nobody else knows what it means? Come on, right here.
To be strong, mental, and physical.
Yeah, to be strong, mental, and physical. It's really, really easy to be down on yourself, right? You miss a serve, and then you think about that. And a lot of times, self-confidence comes from within because it takes you to believe in yourself. But what makes it even easier is if you have a group, if you have a team around you supporting you, that gives you confidence. And if you give confidence to somebody else, what happens? That makes you feel good inside, right? And that comes right back. And so Izzy, I would love for you to share an example of, maybe you had a rough go, a rough game. How do you dig yourself out of feeling down in the dumps and gaining that confidence back?
So at Wisconsin, we actually had a coach just for mindfulness and working on our self-confidence and self-talk. So it's something we focused on a lot. And originally I was a serving sub at Wisconsin, so that was my only job, serving. So if I missed a serve, maybe that's the entire game, that's what I was thinking about. So moving on to the next play right away and staying present helped me be the best player I could, because that's the only thing that you can change. You can't change things that have already happened, and you can't go back, you can't move forward. You gotta just be in the exact moment, 1 point at a time, and it helps if your teammates are that way, but you can always start that on your team.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one key thing, Izzy, you said is focusing on the now, right? And focusing on yourself. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing out there, because you can't control that. All you can control is yourself, right? And what you're doing in that moment. You can't worry about what happened yesterday, what's happening tomorrow. It's what's happening right now, okay? So one thing I want you guys to focus on is think of the I can statements, right? Instead of saying like, I'm not a good server, it's I can practice serving every single day and get better, right? I am enough, I can do this, and I am going to do this, okay? So not only do I want you to write your goal on the back of your sheet that you get, I want you to think about something, a self-confidence thing that you can do. Think about something you're good at. Where are your strengths, right? Also, maybe you weren't the best server, but you're a really good defensive player, right? So also thinking about those things too. Don't sweat the small stuff. Focus on the now, right? And focus on what you can control in that very moment. Okay? Say capiche? I love it. All right. Third thing is all about self-regulation. Who has ever felt angry? Who has ever felt like they have tingly skin? Raise your hand. Your heart beat faster, right? We all have felt like that. Who has been a little cranky maybe in the last couple weeks? Raise your hand. Who's got a really maybe kind of annoying sibling? Let's see, raise your hand. Okay. Yeah, right? We've all been there. But self-regulation is all about being able to cope with your feelings, okay? We all have thoughts that come into our brain, right? We all get frustrated and angry, and we can't control that. We can't control what we think, but what we can control, do you know what we can control? Is how you react to them, okay? They go in one side of your head, they go out the other, okay? If it's a positive thought, that's great. If it's a negative thought, talk through that, right? And so there are many different techniques that you can work through about self-regulation. And as a kid, you work through them, but as an adult, we are all working through them all throughout our life, but it's all about, remember, you can't control the thoughts that go in, but you can control how you react to them, okay? Maybe you're playing in a volleyball game and the ref has a terrible call and you get frustrated, or you miss a pass, or you miss a serve, right? You can get really frustrated and maybe you scream and throw a fit, or you're mad at the ref. Once again, you can't control that, okay? And you can't control that you just feel icky about that situation, but you can control how you react to them. So techniques are, maybe you take a couple deep breaths, right? So we're all gonna do that right now. I want you all to close your eyes. We're gonna do some box breathing. And I want you to breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, and then out. We're gonna do it together. Ready? Close your eyes, everybody. Okay? Breathe in through your nose for 4. I'm gonna count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. We're gonna do it again. Keep those eyes closed. Breathe in through your nose for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. All right, open your eyes. Who feels like maybe a smidgen more calm? Raise your hand, okay? Think about, Izzy, when you serve, do you take a deep breath before you serve and relax, right? That allows her body to self-regulate. That it allows her mind to clear, right? She gains that self-confidence and she regulates her body. So Izzy, if you could share an example of a way that you self-regulate, maybe you've gone through an emotion where you felt anxious or super scared or nervous, how do you overcome that?
Yeah, I think being a collegiate athlete, you can get really overwhelmed with school and relationships and volleyball and travel, and you're missing school and making things up, and life can just feel really overwhelming to start. So something that I like to do is, even though I want to be in the gym 24/7 and that's what I would choose to do, that doesn't make me the best me. I know that I need time away. I know that I need time for myself, or I need time to hang out with my family, or to hang out with my friends or my teammates outside of volleyball, and find things outside of it that I love to do. I love to do puzzles. I love to play board games. I love to run. There's so many different things that I like that helps me understand that I am not just a volleyball player. And I think that it's really important for you to have that mindset, because if that's all you are in your head, then that's how you define yourself. So finding things outside of it and balancing your life and being where you are when you're doing that thing. Like when I'm doing school, I'm only focused on school because I know I can be the most efficient and put out my best work when I do that. And when I'm at practice, that helps me clear my mind because those other things are done, and I can just focus on volleyball for the couple hours that we have practice. And that makes me the best volleyball player, the best friend, the best daughter, the best student that I can be.
Awesome, and that's huge. And that kind of sums up that volleyball is amazing, right? And we all have fun and physical activity, but you don't have to be the best. We just want you to have fun. We want you to go out there and enjoy the game. If you're spending time with your family, be present with your family and enjoy time with them. If you have an annoying sibling, maybe you need to sit down, take a couple deep breaths, and choose nice words to say back to them, right? It's all about being the best version of yourself, okay? And these 3 areas that we talked about today are just a smidgen of how you can be the best version. But once again, it's about being intentional. It's about being in the moment. It's about setting goals that you want to obtain and that you're excited about, right? If you set a goal that doesn't sound exciting to you, you're not going to do it, okay? So I want you all to say goal setting.
Goal setting.
I want you to say self-confidence.
Self-confidence.
I want you to say self-confidence.
Self-confidence.
And I want you to say self-regulation.
Self-regulation.
Awesome. All right, I want you to turn to the person to your right, say you are awesome. Turn to the person to your left, say you are awesome. Pat yourself on the back and say I am awesome. And pat yourself on the other back and say I am awesome. And last but not least, let's give yourself a round of applause and say thank you, Izzy.